answer a doctor that has to do a real investigation for a decision or a judgment to know what type of condition a person has. So they have to do a real intricate view over of the physical reality to a person's human condition. If a guy is hyperactive doing sports, I was just speaking about it, but if a guy is hyperactive doing sports, and then say like myself, I'm going through a divorce, but I was held hostage for blood, for individuals that needed blood, and I had to give it to them a certain type of way, but not the way they're supposed to get it for their humane condition, but they took it another certain type of way. Now a person says, okay, listen to this, because it's the way and the type of blood that you need at the time of the humane condition and physical. It's like refinement, it's like love. Now if a person is a hyperactive person doing sports or whatever in their life, and then they're in a wrong relationship and they need a counselor, they gotta go see a doctor or certain things like that. What's caught, because remember, we're in a year of refinement, reflection, jewel stone, and element. So what would cause their humane condition or to get hurt and their physical getting hurt is the magnetism of the neuroactivity of other things in their mind that's causing them to get hurt even at the time, right? So a person, you see TikTok just try to send a little thing, but listen, it's a funny thing, because a person got to think about it, because a person's trying to get at me already, and they realize that I realized what's going on with them. Because even if I was a cop doing an investigation, I'm just telling you the natural procedures another person needs to know about certain things. Because if you're thinking or doing something wrong to your physical, and then it causes you to get hurt because your mental's not there, because a person got to think about spoiled milk. Then you got to think about your love life, your humane condition. You got to think about refinement, for one could be regarded as your humane condition, even in one's life. But if a person's doing the wrong thing and making the wrong choices in their life, and then causing a certain type of physical reality to the magnetism of the neuroactivity naturally in the elements of their humane condition or their atmosphere, and then they get hurt in the physical, you can't blame a person that owns a continent or want to sue somebody, because you made that choice to hurt yourself by doing the wrong thing in the first place when you're supposed to do the right thing. So that would cause you the magnetism or the laws of attraction or universal laws to cause an individual to go off in their human condition, and certain things happen, and then it'll be the person fault that made that judgment or whatever they was doing, or the accident that happened, or if they already did something. Because this is like, if a person has a love life and they don't have good communication, they end up having to go see a doctor because they're stressed or other things are complicating their humane condition or their anatomy, when they're supposed to be regarded and refined. And then they go sleep with the wrong person, and then next thing you know, something happens to their physical. Then what could possibly happen to an individual? What the fuck you think it'll happen to an individual? You're attracted the wrong type of vibrations a certain type of way with other things, and then it causes an individual to get hurt in their magnetism and laws of attraction like a magnet. That's why I'm divorcing China, because China wasted 40 years for nothing. The time she wanted to be with me, I'm a person, I move a certain type of way. I'm in social recovery. I was hanging out with people that even tried, let me show you something. Defending an outside person outside my humane condition because they were making the wrong choices, and they didn't realize that a person was going to try to rob them at a time. And then when I realized it, I ended up regarding and defending a person and getting stabbed for somebody that was already wrong, doing something that they weren't supposed to be doing. Now I'm going to show you something. This happened with a guy named James Peters, driving an Acura Legend, Foster Green, flashy, dealing with chicks he's not supposed to be dealing with. And then next thing you know, when he was about to yap his chain, I ended up stepping in and regarding him, and then ended up getting stabbed trying to regard somebody that was already moving wrong in life, and they didn't even want me to notice what they were doing or acknowledge what was really going on, because they wanted to manipulate the physical reality. But I don't know why that person did that. It's because the greed of their physical reality and the things that they wanted, and then the time that was going by, and then that person was moving in an element that they shouldn't have been moving with a certain type of way at the time. Because they're already moving, you know, he had a nice little coupe, you know what I'm saying? He had a couple of other nice and wonderful cars. But then, you know, other things happen. So if a person is married, and then next thing you know, they're thinking, or they're sexing the wrong person, and they end up having to go see a doctor, if they're having a physical condition with their penis to their brain or whatever, that's what's causing the situation in other people's life. And then you have to be regarded. But if you're wearing out the regard of the element, like your person constantly wearing out the element, their protection, and then they take it off, then things happen, you can't blame a person, because you got to think about the magnetism, the friction, all type of situations at the time. And especially if their human condition is supposed to be doing, if they're not supposed to be doing certain things, and then the person that's supposed to be doing it is not doing it, then you got to think about it. So when you get in an accident or something, you can't sue me. A person wouldn't be able to sue me in America. A person suing me is trying to rob me. It's like Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12. It's like trying to pull off the most intelligent robbery. But, you know, a person that would end up in that type of position, it would be Athena, stupid, because she's an earth. So she, if something happens, she would be the one to get robbed. It wouldn't be me that educated her, because I made education. I have doctors. They're supposed to know how to view and judge a situation, especially if something's happening a certain type of way. I always make sure I'm in communication with law enforcement a certain way, but even though I want to shut down the 63rd precinct because they make the wrong judgment, and then when you look at them in the uniform, you're like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? This is trying to do something that already, all type of things. A person got to think about what they're putting themselves in. You can't sue me, because that means you robbing me. And if that's the case, value's never unhappy. Value's always value. So that means the people handling the value is already wrong, and then you'll be able to tell. But that's if somebody's trying to be something they're not supposed to be at the time, and they're trying to force it a certain type of way to manipulate in the paradigm. And the overall, and another person's line on their conduct is like a person that waits every 10 to 13 years just to give his wife like couple jokes and bust a nut, and then tries to lie because they don't want nobody to know what's so and so. You're a fucking scumbag. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain people that do stuff like this, fucking scumbag. And I don't do stuff like that because I'm a person every day. I'll be one every day. And I've been celibate since 2015, so I don't have to wait. A person is like, I told you, it felt like I was fighting prostate cancer with a bunch of individuals that's just trying to rob individuals for insurance. Look at all these cars, bro. You have nothing else to say. March 7, 2021, man. You should have thought about it, bro. Too bad, man. I'm out, man. But I hope I answered doctors' questions and law enforcement, and even the judge. I'm out.